Welcome to our vibrant network of governance, risk, compliance, and cybersecurity leaders. We share cutting-edge insights, best practices, and innovative strategies to empower professionals in navigating the dynamic cyber threat landscape. Join Circolo de CISO to ignite resilience and data protection across industries.
Come back for our final episode on the series AI and Intellectual Property. Viewers, thank you very much. And if you have not watched our previous episodes, please take a moment to watch them. There's a lot of content. When I say content, we have segmented into different topics so that it gives you an opportunity to understand the implications or the intersections of AI and intellectual property. And today, for the final episode, we are going to talk about valuation. So how does AI impact the economic and the valuation of intellectual property in the future? Thanuki?
Okay, so firstly, accelerated innovation, meaning increased output. So AI can accelerate the pace of innovation by automating your research, your development processes, and that will lead to a greater volume of new inventions and discoveries. And in that sense, it increases the overall value of IP portfolios. And then you have quality and complexity of AI-generated innovations are essentially more sophisticated, more complex, again, increasing their value compared to traditional IP. Then, if you talk about the IP valuation models, these will also essentially change because we're looking at now AI as a contributor, right? Algorithms, training data, the outputs generated by AI can all be subjected to IP protection, adding new dimensions to IP valuation. And then this essentially requires dynamic valuation because there is a rapid evolution of the AI technology and the market needs are also changing based on that. So having a traditional static valuation model is not going to help. It needs to keep up with that, keep up with the pace of these changes. Then I think that this helps essentially on the economic front. It helps for economic disruption in the sense that if we talk about market concentration, the ability of AI to enhance your productivity and efficiency can lead to market concentration where there are few firms that will essentially dominate due to their advanced AI capabilities. And we already see that happening because even if you take the United States, we have set names that we will be referring to almost all the time. But there are other AI tools and AI platforms, but nobody really talks about them unless you go looking for, another tool and you find, oh, this is even better than ChatGPT. But that conversation never essentially happens because there's a lot of market concentration. Then you have IP depreciation that could happen. How does that and why is that? Because the rapid pace of AI innovation could shorten the life cycle of certain IP assets, leading to faster depreciation of their value. Then I'm going to say that, again, on the IP front, I would say that there'll be new IP categories, right? We're thinking of things like algorithm patents. As AI becomes more sophisticated, then you will need to have patents that deal with AI algorithms and methods like that could become increasingly valuable. And companies will start prioritizing securing patents on unique AI processors and innovations because everybody will want to have a piece of that as soon as possible. Then there'll be a situation where we look at data as IP, right? Where the data used to train AI models could also be considered as valuable intellectual property. And anyway, that conversation is ongoing, but this is going to become more complex as time goes on. Especially data is also like a living organism, right? As society evolves, as society changes, data also becomes different. It becomes more complex. Essentially, that feeds into the training data that trains the AI systems, causing that to be, something that is completely different. And the shift can lead to new valuation metrics focused on data quality, volume, exclusivity, etc. Then again, on the economic side, we can look at labor market impacts because there is a shift in the skills requirement, right? AI could shift the labor market demand towards high-skilled workers proficient in AI and related fields. A lot of these automated workers, the usual workers who do the repetitive work, will be replaced by the automation. That is already happening, right? And this is only going to get worse with time. And there'll be a lot of redundant roles. There'll be a lot of, with automation, certain job roles are going to become obsolete. And unless people are willing to completely let go these aspects of emotion and empathy and sensitivity which human beings have, because they prefer productivity and efficiency more than those things, unless that happens, um, we can say that AI will really not be at the helm, but it is happening because now we see a lot of people. Sujit, you may have seen this platform called BetterHelp. That there are lots of there's a lot of advertising going on social media platforms. BetterHelp. Lots of people are using BetterHelp. So a simple thing like counseling and mental health services, which people used to prefer meeting somebody and talking to, now prefer to do it with platforms like BetterHelp, right? So the shift is happening essentially, and this is how roles are going to become redundant. And added to that, we can talk about global disparities because obviously there's going to be a lot of uneven benefits. IP from developed countries with robust AI industries will see significant valuation increases, but we don't see that essentially trickling down into countries like ours, right? And especially countries like ours where we are averse to change and fear change. And tech adoption is not the first thing that we think of. We're going to always be lagging behind. And that also, added to that, you can say the access to technology may be able to generate and protect more valuable IP, but that is also a problem. Equitable access to technology is not something that is easy to create globally at present. So these are some of the kind of impacts, I think, in terms of economics and valuation of IP that I see happening now and also will continue on into the future.
So what I'm hearing from you is we had a separate topic where we talked about challenges and solutions. Now, when you look at valuation, that is also giving rise to a set of challenges, and we need to find solutions. And very especially when you're talking about the labor market, how that is going to tilt the scales.
Yeah.
Right. And I remember talking about reskilling people in 2017. And that needs to accelerate. Right? And we need to start looking at, and I'm sure while you also mentioned about a very important point, emotions, feelings, sentiments. Now, certain activities, people can get emotional with repetitive tasks or the fatigue will set in. Now, so when you automate, some of those things can go away while it might increase the efficiency.
Yeah.
Right. So there are pluses, there are minuses, but what I'm seeing is that it definitely requires a larger discussion, right? And then we need to ensure there are more commonalities than disparities, especially when it comes to valuation, because somebody might innovate something fantastic in this part of the world, but they may not have the same valuation which would be assigned to that particular product or an algorithm. Very interestingly, you mentioned about data which is used for training the models, the quality of data.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a significant asset. So when people say data is the oil of this century, now I understand it in a different light where we are saying, okay, that training data is going to be so precious.
Yeah.
Yep. So with that note, I would like to say a big thank you to you, Thanuki. You spent a lot of time coming episode after episode to, enlighten our viewers about the intersections of AI and intellectual property. And I was surely looking out to you for something similar, more interesting on an emerging topic where we would combine tech and law and have a conversation. Thank you so much and wish you all the best.
Thank you for having me, Sujit. I hope this was a good one.
Absolutely, it has been, and been getting a lot of good feedback. Thank you so much.